Now at 6, a CBS 46 investigation finds contract negotiations are putting health care for hundreds of thousands of Georgians at risk. Several local hospital systems and insurance providers at odds over cost.
It is an ongoing problem that experts say is getting worse. CBS 46 investigative reporter Rachel Polansky spoke to lawmakers who say it's something they plan to address.
He became a teacher to make a difference.
If I can do something for a kid or teaching me from one thing, it's a blessing.
But now, 75-year-old Sandy Arroyo is trying to teach himself the intricacies of healthcare after his insurance company United Healthcare and his hospital system Wellstar cut ties.
What do I do? Where do I go from here? How do I get my bills paid and still get the health care I need?
Sandy and his wife live in Kennesaw, roughly 15 minutes from Wellstar Kennestone, where they go fairly regularly because of pre-existing conditions. Now they have two options. 1, drive further for in-network care, or 2, keep the same doctors and pay more out of pocket. A large burden, Sandy says, for a retired teacher on a budget.
And I don't think we should have to rely on that because we have insurance. That's why you got insurance.
Sandy is one of 80,000 Georgians impacted by the Wellstar and United Healthcare dispute, which officially expired in October. Reps for both companies tell CBS 46 Investigates that negotiations continue. Still, each places blame on the other, with a Wellstar spokesperson telling us, quote, United Healthcare's position to prioritize profits over patient care did not change, and there was no meaningful change from prior proposals. While United Healthcare responded, our proposal met all of Wellstar's demands with the exception of the 40% price hike it continues to seek for its hospitals, which are already the highest cost in Atlanta.
To think that you're throwing people's lives up in the air over dollars, it just infuriates me to no end.
If this story sounds familiar, it's because we introduced you to Tanya Lang and her son Mason last month. They're dealing with a similar situation in Cumming, where a contract dispute between Northside Hospitals and Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is impacting 400,000 Georgians like Mason, whose heart condition requires frequent visits to Northside Forsyth.
You've got these powerful interests on the healthcare side and on the insurance side with enormous amounts of leverage.
Liz Coyle, who heads consumer advocacy agency Georgia Watch, blames contract disputes on two things. 1, consolidation of the marketplace. That's when we see mergers involving two major companies that provide similar services. And 2, inadequate network standards. That's when your insurance plan does not give you enough access to doctors in your area. And she says the only way to fix this is through legislation.
I'd like to see legislators, again, in this case, bring them to the table.
So, CBS 46 Investigates went to the Capitol and brought these concerns directly to State Senator Chuck Hufstedler, who co-sponsored surprise billing legislation in 2020.
The patient is being used as a pawn in the middle of these negotiations. We've got to fix this. We fixed it with surprise billing for emergency situations. Now we need to fix it for non-emergency situations as well.
He offered a possible solution, pointing to a 2015 bill that sought to resolve disputes between insurance providers and hospital systems by sending them to arbitration.
We need to require these people to follow some ground rules that don't let the customers, the patients, be used as pawns.
All right, so how soon might we see legislation? Well, I asked Senator Hufstedler that question directly, and he said it's likely that we'll see something this session. Of course, I will be watching closely.